But, cold open.
Cold open? How cold? How cold we talking?
About this cold. This is a good temperature. People say a cold open should warm up the room. I feel like we're pretty warm enough, just generally, like everywhere. So maybe we keep the cold open cold. Maybe,
It would be nice if it stayed cold.
Speaking from my personal area, I mean, June was tame for summertime, and thus far, well, we haven't topped 100 too much, so it's tamer than it's been the past few years. Not to say that I'm not very eager for the cold to return, but I'll take the improvement, minor though it may be.
It's raining for the first time in God, I want to say 3 weeks maybe, which is a nice prelude to heat wave round 20 or whatever the bloody hell we're on at this point. Oh God. Fun times.
Yeah, I'm honestly I have been very busy. I went traveling.
Yeah, you went to Flowrider. Listen to some bad rap. I shouldn't say bad rap. He's not terrible, but it's.
I went to Florida.
Unremarkable rap. Anyway.
So, I guess I can get that out of the way. Since I'm talking about it, and this opening is cold, and Florida is not cold. Florida is hot with 60% humidity.
Yeah.
When I was going, it goes higher, but we were lucky it was only 60%. Because Florida can get real hot. And so there was a math conference there where we were learning about teaching math. So it was a 3-day long conference thing, but our hotel was right there on the beach. So I got to go swimming in the East Coast, ocean, that good old Atlantic Ocean. Now, for those of you who don't live in America, the Pacific side over here, where I'm at in California, the water is freezing cold, and I hate going to the beach here. I hate it. It's no good. It's the opposite. Over on the East Coast of the Atlantic, the water is always nice and warm. And very much enjoyable. Can go in at any time. So I went with 13 other teachers and
left
had
your
a
keys
blast.
in the room.
Made What was that?
Left your keys in the room.
I did not do that this time. I was very, very clear to not do that.
Yeah.
I almost did. And I make it a habit to always check for keys before I leave because I hate getting locked out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry I interrupted.
It's all right. So we went out to eat a few times. I played darts with one of the teachers and we got real close, but I lost, but I don't play darts usually, so that's to be expected. And I bought a nice cool hat with a wide brim. Made me look Australian, and that was nice. Give me some protection from the sun. And our flight back got delayed an hour or half hour actually. And our connecting flight, we were supposed to only have 2 minutes to get to there before boarding starts. And so we're running across the airport in Texas, and we're in Dallas, and when we get there, it's oh yeah, no, the crew's not here yet, so this plane has now been delayed an hour. And so we did all that running for nothing? Really? Oh, okay, jeez.
Yeah, my understanding is at this point, American flights are just, they expect a delay.
It was getting late, so I didn't get home till 11:45 at night. But yeah, no, it was a great time. I would happily do that again. It helps that my food was paid for, my flight was paid for, and I get paid $600 for going.
Hmm.
That does help me motivation-wise, but it's also just really fun to connect with people you don't normally connect with at work.
Hmm.
Because I am not a very social person, and so it's nice to be able to have a space aside from like the only thing you can talk about is work, you know? But yeah, that was great. Um and I just went to the state fair today. So if I seem a bit tired, it's because I've walked like 9 miles today. Um and my little baby nephew was running around going on all the rides because he's not big enough to go on the kiddie rides. He
Yeah.
was also causing chaos and trying to run free.
I mean, that is also the consequence of growing that big, yes.
He is a very wild toddler, I will say. Like you take your eyes off him for a second and he will sprint into like the nearest crowd or into danger. Like high energy, very stubborn, does not like to listen. I love the kid.
Hmm.
I really do. We're trying to mellow him out a little bit, but I mean this is kind of the period of life in which he's going to be his most chaotic,
Yep.
being a toddler. Um but yeah, that is all my like real life stuff going on, I guess. I have the next week off or this week off, and then I get back to work, professional development, like next week. So this is my last sort of free week before it's time to go back to the grind.
Hmm.
And because I have free time, I have been playing some games and watching some movies.
Yeah. I have seen Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 pop up on Steam.
Yes, I've been playing that game a lot. Um, so that game, I wanted to get into it a while ago because it came out like a year ago at this point, right?
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Um, and this game takes place in like 15th century Bohemia.
Yep.
And I have to say, I really love the way that this game is extremely immersive. Like extremely.
Hmm.
Um, it's got a food system, a sleep system. You need to make sure you are eating, you make sure that you are actually sleeping. If you fight in a battle and don't take a bath, you are going to stink and be covered in dirt and blood, and people will comment on it and judge you for it, and it decreases your charisma. um, because you are just a guy. Like, this is the most you are just a guy type of
Yep.
game.
You're just a poor boy from a poor family, you might say.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're
That's sort
not
of a
actually,
Bohemian
from my
Rhapsody,
understanding,
you
but
might
yeah,
say.
that was the joke. Yes.
Yeah. You are the son of a blacksmith who is the page to a lord, or called Sir Hans and Sir Hans, and Sir Hans is kind of like he's a good, he's a reasonable fellow a lot of the time, but he's also kind of a stuck-up noble who, yeah. But point is, you're going to deliver a message um to one of these lords, because right now there's kind of a split in the kingdom with two different kings claiming legitimacy, and you're trying to sway one of them over, one of the lords over to your side, to your king, and your group gets ambushed, and you end up with basically nothing. And so when you and Sir Hans arrive at the castle, you look like a bunch of peasant beggars, and they shoo you away because obviously they would. You have no proof that you are
Hmm.
who you say you are. And this leads to going down to the tavern, not being able to afford the bill, so you have to do manual labor. Your lord doesn't want to do manual labor, so he makes you do it. Well, then he gets into a drunken fight with somebody else, and you both end up getting punished and end up going your different ways. And now you have to survive in this world where um, nobody knows you. and you only have like the most basic of clothing, and that's it. I love this game. It is so fun.
Mm.
I I bought the version that came with all the DLC because it was on sale for like the summer Steam sale.
Mm.
So that means I eventually did get a house that I got to upgrade with my own blacksmith business, because blacksmithing is its own mini game that's like incredibly realistic and fun
Mm.
to do. And um, I've gone on many different adventures. I even was like, I got to the big city of Gutenberg, and I was like, I am so broke. Everything here is so expensive. I am never going to be able to afford any of these fancy armors that are in the shop. So I broke in there
Mm.
at night and stole all the armor, and over encumbered, I walked all the way back to my house. And then I'm like, well, I'll just sell the armor, but it's stolen.
Yeah.
And and so I can't leave my house, because then the guards are going to find me and they'll take it all away and hit me with a unreasonable fine that I will never be able to pay in my entire life.
So unreasonable. Like these power gone mad, I swear.
So items lose the stolen status based on their they lose a set amount of value. So like the more valuable an item is, the longer the stolen status it has. And I have the most expensive items in the game that I stole. So I spend the next several in-game weeks just staying in my bedroom and sleeping, and then running out of food, and then having to go and try to find food until eventually my items are not stolen enough for me to actually go outside.
I mean, sure. On the one hand, fair enough. On the other, like this game is so realistic, it's amazing. You still spend like so much effort to cheese it anyway.
Listen, I thought it would be fun to get the good armor, and I got the good
Okay.
armor.
Okay. 'Cause yeah, that series is basically, yeah, you are just a dude.
Yes.
You're getting in a fight with five guys. How do you survive that fight? Well, you don't get in a fight with five guys. That's how you survive that fight.
I can handle two or three.
Mm,
Two
yeah.
or three, unless they have really good armor at this point in the game, because I've learned, like, because you have to learn combos and techniques and like how to fight properly.
Hmm.
Two or three I could handle. Anything more than that, and I am screwed. So, my approach when dealing with bandit camps is I'm going to sneak in at night and stealth kill them all.
Yep. That like it's basically a meme at this point of stealth being the convenient way to solve problems. No, this is the way to solve problems. What, you want to be an honorable sword fighter? Okay, go die like one. Like that's how this game plays. It's my understanding.
If you want to be an honorable sword fighter, there's tournaments and there's duels that you can go do. If you want to take out bandits that went and murdered and slaughtered innocent travelers, then kill them in their sleep.
Hmm.
Poison their food supply.
Yep.
Kill them, drag their body into the bushes, and wait for the next guy. That's how you win. I have not been an honorable knight. I have dueled people honorably. I have done my pilgrimages to atone for my sins a few times, because I've made a lot of sins. but it's fun. It's fun playing a good open world game again. The story's really good. The voice acting, the character acting, it's really good.
Went on a
Like
lot of
everything,
pilgrimages, and very nice shiny
yeah.
armor. It looks good, you look very regal. While you're going on this pilgrimage to make up for your sins. What were your sins again?
Don't worry about it.
So
By the way,
something about armor.
I forged this sword that has like the names of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I'm a good Christian man.
Mm-hmm.
You know. um and there's like entire like things, like there's its own like thieves guild with its own quests and everything. It's kind of filling the hole that I've had with like wanting to play the Bethesda games,
Yeah.
It's kind of filling that hole where I'm like, I am enjoying vanishing into this world as a guy going on quests and exploring the world and finding things. There's an entire quest where it's like, somebody found the bones of a dragon. And then there's all these different factions that want to find the bones and either destroy them or keep them or preserve them. And you go there and it's a T-Rex fossil
Hmm.
that somebody uncovered. And I'm like, okay, we're sticking with the realism. There's no magic or anything here, but it's fun. I found just randomly in the woods, like a certain area where I find this hat that weighs 36 pounds and says it has been passed down from generation to generation, and it's Luffy's hat from One Piece.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it sticks with the realism,
But they also have
but
some fun.
there are questions. Some very small things raise some questions. Is as far as I will take that, because I have on occasion been a bit spoilery, and I need to stop doing that. So I'm just gonna say, questions.
Yeah, but there's just lots of really fun things to find throughout it and explore it, and it makes me very happy to have this to play. And I know that there's a new like Splatoon game that came out. I've been just throwing my life into Kingdom Come Deliverance too, so I'll play that Splatoon game later.
Yeah, there's good non-Nintendo game. Okay, that's my shot, and I've shot it, and I'm done. Okay, I promise.
Yeah, it would be more of a shot if I only ever played Nintendo games, but
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
true.
I play a variety. Always have been. So that has been a huge portion of my time. But I've also gone to see a couple of movies. One of which was with friends. I went to go see Toy Story 5.
Okay.
That's a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually just a good movie. It feels like a sequel to Toy Story 2 because a lot of things are referential to it, but also like build on stuff established in Toy Story 2. And Toy Story 2 is my favorite one. But this was it was so funny. That's something that I feel like was missing was like it was a really funny movie. The character drama was there. I actually cared about the human characters in this, which I've not cared about in like ever really that much. They did a really good job with it.
I mean,
I would
you go back to the
highly
first
recommend
one, you only get like concepts of what the human characters were like in the early days. And then in the second one, you got the collector dude, and that's it, as far as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So Toy Story 5 was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Would recommend it. I'm not going to say anything too spoilery about it because it's a good movie. But it has like an actual like things it wants to say and a like heart and soul to it, which is nice. I also went to see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. The Odyssey is a 2-hour and 52-minute epic.
It better be. It's the Odyssey.
With every single actor that was willing to take less money to be in this, because it's a Christopher Nolan movie and every actor will take less money to be in a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yep.
If it means that they can be in it.
That's called clout.
Yep. This is there will be people who win awards for this movie. I can say that. The performances are really spot on and really good. And I walked out of that really enjoying it. I thought that was a great enjoyable time. So thumbs up for me. Like the cinematography was great. There's some parts where it's a little bit like slower, but the entire thing is very heavily focused on the character drama, and it got me invested. If you're like a purist, there's some stuff that's not in there because the Odyssey is a huge story and there's no way you can fit it all in one movie, even a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
But they managed to get around that by focusing on like the character of Odysseus and as well as like, you know, his family and what they're going through, and I feel like that was a good way to handle and streamline the story for film. So, yeah, I would also say that was a good one. That's a solid one to recommend as well.
Mm,
Lots of good movies. I did not go to see the bad movies, and that's okay.
okay. Which ones were
With
those?
the live action
Oh,
Moana.
right.
I did not go to see that
Who would?
because
For which no one can blame you. In fact, I think I would blame you if you had gone to see it.
I blame myself.
Yeah, look, Zero, you have had a problem with going to see these fucking live action remakes, and we're glad you're getting help and not doing it anymore. We appreciate that.
Okay, to be fair, I wasn't the one who bought the tickets.
Mm.
Tickets were bought for me, and I was told, "You're coming," right? And I said, "Okay, free popcorn, sure."
Mm.
And that's as
Okay.
far as that went. I'm still eternally heartbroken over live action Dumbo. I will never forgive them. Never. Anyway, all that being said, I'm gonna see Spider-Man on Thursday, so I'll be talking about that next time.
Yeah.
And there was a Doomsday trailer that dropped, and
Yep. Saw that.
I
Hmm.
I want to see what they do.
They are throwing a lot of things at the wall, is how I have described it. And seeing, let's say, what still sticks rather than what sticks.
Yeah, we'll see.
Creativity needs to be more present.
Hmm.
I mean, it is what it is. It's a franchise that has been going on for. Shit. The words almost 2 decades almost spilled from my mouth, and then I remembered, wait, when did Iron Man come out again?
We've been going on for a long time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a quick Googling for a double check. 2008. I thought it was 2006 and got very, very scared. That said, it's still almost 2 decades that franchise has been going on. So
Yep.
yeah, at some point the wheels fucking fall off, and that's not a lack of effort. That is a statistical inevitability.
Mm. So, yeah, I am just hoping that that this one will be good because that's all I can do.
It's not
I would like
outside
it.
the realm of possibility. They've, by your words, they have done some good things recently. Like, you liked Thunderbolts, it's not great that every other movie that they have done in that time frame has fallen out of my brain, but you said some good
Um,
things.
yes, I liked Thunderbolts. That was the last one that I really enjoyed. Fantastic Four First Steps was um
I remember
good
you
but
saying positive
forgettable.
things. Yeah, you said some positive things at the time of like it not being a standard Marvel movie. It's doing some very different things of science leading the fray instead of like punchy powers or laser beams, um, which is promising. But the word forgettable does not inspire confidence.
It was I would put it in the state of it was a very safe movie.
Hmm.
And that's kind of how I've fallen on that of like this movie took no risks.
Yeah.
Um whereas I felt like Thunderbolts and um even Superman did stuff to make those movies more memorable.
Hmm.
So that's kind of where I fall with that.
Hmm.
Um yeah.
And before we move on, I will once again plant my flag and die on the hill that the worst thing that they did was completely undo the uh, Peter Parker basically inheriting Iron Man kind of thing. that was a cool idea. That was a cool, like, you know, generation spanning, mentorship kind of thing. And they just kind of threw it in the bin because people didn't like it. Everyone that complained about that, congratulations, we no longer have a plot. So, thanks. Dying on that
Yeah.
hill for the rest of the fucking time. Like that could have been something, and now it's not. So, cool.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that they kind of fumbled a lot and have been trying to recover from that for a long time.
We got a cool Sony Spider-Man movie reference fest movie that was cool, and binned everything about the character, basically. So, hope you really like that movie because that's what you're getting out of it. He says a week before the next one comes out, and we'll see how well that statement ages. I suppose. I hope I'm proven wrong. Like,
I've heard good things about this movie,
yeah,
specifically with Tom Holland being very like pushing back against certain decisions and being like,
yeah,
no, we have to stay true to the character.
yeah.
So
Let's be real. Me being a shit, everyone should hope I'm wrong, including me.
yes.
So, yeah, I'm being the asshole here. So, any other movies that you did not see? You said movies, plural.
No, nothing worth mentioning at this
Yeah.
point.
I like that we talked about the Moana remake and that we didn't talk about the Moana remake at all. I appreciate that. That's the right way to approach it.
Yeah. There's nothing to say about it. Plain and simple. Yeah. And that's about it for my week of things that I can recall. My encroaching fatigue migraine is silencing my brain.
Oh dear. Okay. I will take over then. Got back like an hour, 2 hours ago. Finished watching Vinland Saga, like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's always interesting seeing a story try to frame idealism as pragmatism.
Go on.
Like the idea that, hey, if we all just be peaceful and just act peaceful, then there will be no war, and that will just roll through every decision everyone makes ever, and we can just stop. That's not how anything works. Mind you, it would be really nice if it did. So it's always interesting to see a story try and frame that as a viable worldview.
Yeah. There is definitely with Vinland Saga a lot of idealism. And I think that what you get out of that depends on the person.
Yeah, like, I mean, I can pull it back to other similar things, like fucking one of the Gundam things that I watched got really stupid at one point where some children sang and that stopped a war, and that's always going to be the thing that I remember about Gundam, unfortunately, because it was so saccharine and then you got Code Geass. I'm not gonna fucking quibble about the name anymore. I don't care. Where having a figure that everyone hates and that just them going away will stop all conflict because it will all get focused on him and die with him. Sorry for spoiling a 20-year-old anime. That not only does that not work, and we have real world proof that does not work, the franchise itself directly contradicted it working. that third movie sure went some places, didn't it?
Let's not talk about the other freaking that story ate itself.
A little bit, but like, that we don't need to talk about Rosie of the recapture, which was fucking That one got wild, and yeah. But the third movie is basically a premise that functionally is the argument that I would make in counterpoint to the ending of Code Geass. So that's what that is. But yeah, like the idea that conflict is only conflict for the sake of, it's the fucking cycle of hatred shit that you get from Naruto and all that other stuff that makes very simple and plain-faced arguments against the idea that all conflict is based on hatred, and it's not. It's just not. Like, functionally, that's not how that works. It can be based on fear and hatred. It can be based on one or the other. It can be based on just more mundane concepts like the idea that, hey, we don't have enough food and you have food. We would like to not starve to death. That is also a reason for conflict. Like, survival instinct is also a reason for war. And sure, if people are willing to negotiate, great. Doesn't always work out like that. And just someone coming along and saying it should doesn't make that happen. It's just frustrating. It's idealistic.
It feels like a very limited. It's a very limited perspective.
Yeah. So that show was great, but grew increasingly frustrating.
Okay. I, believe it or not, agree with you. I actually fell off the show, the manga at least.
Right.
And I fell off it because it felt like it overcorrected, like course corrected.
Right. So you're saying like the first season where you've got angry, and kill, and then the second season is just not that, basically.
Yeah, they went so hard in the
I'm trying
other
not
direction.
to spoil, by the way, just to be clear.
Yeah, they went so hard in the other direction that it became hard to care. You know?
Yeah.
When you change a character to the extent that that character is unrecognizable, and you rapidly diminish stakes, it becomes less compelling.
Yeah. Like the second season is a lot more character focused, and that's cool. It's very small scale, very small stakes, as we sort of have a character that has been broken down completely and then built back up. But I don't know. A lot of my problems with that series as it gets into the second season is basically me not buying into the premise. And that's just where I'm going to land with that.
That's understandable.
Like, I don't like war or conflict. I have gotten in exactly 2 fights in my life. One of them was me throwing one punch and then turning my back and letting the other guy punch me over and over again. That's how far that went. And then the other one was me completely losing my shit, throwing one punch against a guy who turned out to be a guy who trained in boxing and who rung my fucking bell immediately. And that stopped that fight cold. So, generally speaking, like, except for some extreme outliers, I am not a violent person. I don't think it's useful or beneficial in 99% of circumstances. But there will always be that 1% where there is something worth fighting for and reasons to take that to an unpleasant place. It's not great. I don't want that. But it is a facet of life that is not going to be escapable as long as human nature is human nature. So, like, just the idea of going to Vinland, like, they say that speech so many times. I started, like, just fucking bracing for them saying the words far to the west, across the sea. I got very sick of that. Part of my problem with that is, hey, going far to the west across the sea, there's these people already living there. So if you want to go build a country there, that's still going to cause conflict. And if you want to go to a land without slavery, I could tell you a few things about how that's going to go in a few hundred years, matey boy. It's not... History kind of disproves the entire concept that they're going for.
The thing with, like, the fact that they are doing this, like, historically, like, rooted, you already know how it ends, right?
Yep.
There's not enough different to justify this as a historical fiction where they can go off and do their own thing. So that kind of, in that case, the realism is literally working against them, because if you want to accomplish something big, we would have already heard about you, right?
Yep. We did hear some big stuff about one guy that is in the show.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like they might have taken some creative liberties with how that conflict ends, but all right. And I will say, while we were watching the first season of that show, and we were getting introduced to then Prince Canute, and I mentioned he would one day become known as Canute the Great. And I told my mom the one story that I knew about Canute the Great, which is the story of him commanding the oceans to turn back the tides. And the entire court waits and waits and starts to chuckle a little bit when nothing seems to happen. And then he turns toward them and says, "Behold the folly that is the power of kings," or something to that effect. And I lit the fuck up when they did that scene. Fair play. Got that one in there. I appreciate that. That was very nice to include.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, did some took some liberties maybe with things, and I don't know. Maybe it'll go in some alternate history directions or something. I don't know. It just was a very frustrating experience.
I don't know. I never stuck around long enough to find out. So.
Oh well, there was some good stuff. I guess Thorkill died off screen. He's just not in the second season. So
yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, he's just gone. Don't really explain it. He's just gone. Oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah. So that was that. What else did I fucking do? You know, we could spend a little time talking about a little game called Zenless Zone Zero. It's pretty good.
Despite the fact that I've had free time,
I know.
Free time has been going to Kingdom Come Deliverance too. But how's Zenless Zone Zero going?
It's really good.
I've been hearing good things.
It is just really fucking cool. Like it has been on a recovery, like 2.x, like 2.0 to 2.5 was just kind of, there was some high points, there was some lulls, some pretty dismal lulls. I believe I have mentioned my desire for Ye Shongguang to shut the fuck up, because she will talk for fucking the entire city if anyone lets her, and go on and on about osmanthus cakes for literal like minutes at a time, just talking about these fucking cakes. I swear to God. But then the second that was over, like, it's the fucking Hoyo curse is what it is, where you go to like whatever China they happen to have in that current game, and everything sucks for a while, and then they leave and everything gets better.
Yes, I'm still stuck in that China, hence why I've not progressed.
Yep, get through it as fast as you can, and then it's just better. Like, literally, the second you set foot back in 6th Street, everything gets better.
It's just really... It's hard to care about what's going on, because we're so removed from everything we've been made to care about.
What did you get up to?
I don't even remember,
yeah, that's
honestly. I got to the city, and then here's a bunch of different things, and then I have not played recently. I've been doing Honkai Star Rail because they just dropped Rin Tosaka and Gilgamesh in there, so I now have all the Fate characters because they gave me Gilgamesh for free. So, yeah, there's a
Filthy
Fate
Mark.
event. Yeah. I can't believe that I keep getting all the different versions of Rin in every game.
I mean, I get it. I like Ren, but yeah. Also, I don't like her enough to play shitty games, which is why I don't play FGO anymore.
That's why I don't put. Hey, listen, I don't play FGO anymore. it's I've been spoiled by the Hoyo games and the modern
actual good games
experience.
that evolved with everything in game design everywhere. Yeah. But 2.6 through 2.8 is just good, and then 3.0 dropped, and I am in love with this game again, completely, like 100% in. And let's be real, even in the worst times, I was about 70% in, so still sticking with it and just buying into all of it, even when it was kind of not great. But yeah, no, this is still my game, 100%. And also Amberly Connors is the new character that is the really, really big focus, so that's cool. Android 18 from Dragon Ball Bridge, by the way, just as a reminder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she's
also the head of the studio that they're using.
Amberly Connors is Nihilux in Honkai Star Rail right now. So she's in both games.
She's in all 3 games.
Yeah.
She's in Genshin as well.
Still don't know what the deal with Nihilux is, but I mean, that'll be fun to find out.
Sure, I guess. I don't know.
She's a very funny character. And we're on the planet of Elation, so probably like some sort of big deal.
Yeah. In ZZZ, she is described as possibly a baddie. No, wait, correction, definitely a baddie. Like, okay. Valid. Yeah, that is a pretty lady, and
okay, well, I'm loading the game. I'm updating it.
Yeah, so that's the character for the next patch that drops in like 3 days as of recording. So like probably last week as far as this comes out. But yeah. It's on Steam as well, and that's working very nicely because I can use Steam controller instead of my shitty Xbox controller that's fucking broken. Pal World 1.0 came out.
Yeah, how's that?
That's a good game. That's just a good game. There's not much new for me to say about it because functionally it's still the game that was out in early access. It is just finished now. So if you have not tried that, and I believe you haven't, then it is worth giving a shot at some point if you feel like it.
What? Sorry, could you say it again? What's the game?
Pal World.
Oh, Pal World. Okay.
Yeah.
I was completely. All right.
Yeah,
so, Pal World. I said I was going to try it at 1.0. That remains true. That's on the list.
Okay.
I'm just
understandably you will not have as much time going forward. That's fine.
Yes, I want to defeat Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is a mighty task, but I can do it. And I'll work my way over to Power World. See, the thing is, with Power World, the longer I wait to play it, the more updates it gets. So I'm in no rush.
What they've said is after 1.0, they are not really thinking about massive expansions of content anymore, is what they have said. We'll see how that bears out.
Okay. All right. Either way, I will get around to that.
Like, they see 1.0 as the game is finished functionally, and they will be doing touch-ups and stuff and adding some features maybe as the community would prefer and stuff, but they sound like they're mostly moving on.
My hope is that the game is good and that This reminds certain other developers that they should really make an effort with their games to make a
The
quality
Japanese
product.
patent office are really getting pissed off with them at this point.
Oh, they're so mad. They keep trying to be like, but no, I'm sorry, you've lost.
But this is just a fan game that is based on our characters, which means it is just us again, but also completely invalid, so it doesn't count. And also, to the response of, that's not how anything works. What are you doing? You are in danger of being rude, which means you will lose every case that gets brought up here.
I love that. In danger of being rude.
Yeah, that's the Japanese court system. If you piss around too much, then you get ruined. It's just how it works. Be respectful, son of a bitch.
I do like my Nintendo games, but the games and the creators are not the same thing as the companies that like to sue everybody.
Yeah. I mean, Game Freak are doing something completely different right now, is my understanding.
Yeah. Game Freak is going on its whole... They're making a game that's completely unrelated to Pokemon, and then they're also making a Pokemon game that's going to be really, really good. The Pokemon Company is run by some people that are not great.
Oh, Nintendo?
And I've complained about... And Nintendo. I have some people that I have complained about quite a lot because of how they do things.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a new leader in Nintendo of America, but it's more of an issue of Nintendo of Japan, and yeah.
In slightly related news, I saw Powell. Not Powell. Fucking. That's an ongoing problem of confusing the game with the company. But Pocket Pair have gone on to publish another game, as they have been doing for a while, of just, hey, we got so much money, let's publish some games for some indie stuff that could take off. That'd be cool, because we have the money for it.
That's awesome.
That's how Windrose came about. The pirate game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So they dropped a trailer for another game that is called Clicky Islands. That is a very small game and is very 8/16-bit. I'm not quite sure which it will count as. I believe it's 8. Of just basically civ building. Like, you go to an island and you have dues and you find resources and you build shelters that can let you spawn more dudes so you can, use resources and stuff like that and sell them and things. Just, basically very basic, very basic civ building stuff, only it's not like endless spreadsheets and it's not competitive. So basically it is a game for me. Yeah, I downloaded the demo. It is very nice and relaxing, and I appreciate it so much. And I am looking forward to the full game coming out. This is what I'm into. Just like nice, relaxing time of building a civilization and just expanding outwards.
Yeah,
it's just nice.
That sounds good.
I think that covers everything. I am moderately keeping up with my writing stuff. I have not fully fallen behind on Patreon, so that's nice. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me.
Oh, one last thing before. I read a book. I read Terry Pratchett's Mort. It's one of the Discworld books.
I have not read that one.
It's the one where you have the character Mort, who ends up becoming the apprentice to death, the literal embodiment of death. And I was laughing so much reading it. It's so much fun. I really like. Apparently, The Death is a series of books. There are 4 ones focused around it, and so I'm going to read more of those. But I recommend you check that out because it is. It is really funny.
I have only read the forgotten the other dude's name, but Rincewind books, Color of Magic, Light Fantastic, and another one I forget the name of. It was a long while ago. Those were neat. I wouldn't say they were amazing, but they were cool and had some fun concepts.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, I mean Terry Pratchett
I
is just a fun writer. He is a
yeah.
was sadly a fun
Yeah.
writer who just very intelligent guy and can fit that into his books in a digestible way that is very appreciated.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the concepts and ideas present in like what being the Grim Reaper of death, what being like the apprentice to death, what that looks like, how the job works and everything, and like I don't know, I enjoyed it.
You think Callie's ever read that book? You have to wonder.
You have to wonder. It's probably like a guidebook, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, patient, how you doing?
Well enough. I think last time I was on, I mentioned how I was going to be trying to keep up with my exercise at the gym. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I've had mixed success. I think, good grief, has it really been 6 weeks since then? I think it has.
It's been a while.
Well, out of those 6 weeks, 3 of them I've managed to make it to the gym every day. So, making progress there.
Yeah.
This past week, I haven't made it at all. It was a pretty busy weekend leading up to this week, so I blame that. But all things are going, I suppose, an acceptable pace. Improving consistency is the first part. Once I can manage that, we'll see about what comes next. Taking up the pace and such. Work is, yeah. I grow more and more unsatisfied with my job at the bank with every passing month. Every month, it seems like they tighten the noose of micromanagement just a little bit more. And I'm approaching a breaking point. Fortunately, my part-time job is seemingly opening for more opportunities with the conclusion of summer vacation and the completion of the new facility. So, very hopefully, I'll be able to do something more there very soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I cannot wait to leave the bank behind me again. Hopefully for the last time. Aside from that, been catching up on some games. Acquired I've started, as Zom lent me his PlayStation profile for the PS5 I got, and it's I've recently been playing through Unicorn Overlord, replaying it rather, and it's pretty good. I think it's my first real experience with an actual tactics game, so it's a bit of a learning curve playing on normal difficulty. So, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I wouldn't say it's intuitive exactly, but you catch on pretty quickly, and they offer no shortage of guides in the game, so that's good.
All right.
Been getting into some new shows on Crunchyroll, mostly in the mostly of the isekai variety, or time travel variety, or just that sort of thing. Reincarnated as a vending machine is surprisingly good for the premise.
Okay.
I've told you. I've said it. Now you know. Yes, it is.
I'm holding back on finishing the series just because it seems like they'll need season 4 to bring it to a close, and that hasn't been confirmed yet.
There are 4 seasons of that show.
There are 3 seasons out right now.
Right, my apologies, yes.
But yeah, but based
I
on
get
what
so much joy from this.
it is honestly surprising how much they can do with it. I mean, it's like with anything. It's not a matter of how crazy the idea is. It's a matter of how good the execution is. And yeah, they take it just there's just the right amount of seriousness put into it. If anything, the complaint would be making the protagonist a little too overpowered, which is saying something.
That vending machine can be a little bit too strong.
Look, so many vending machines kill people every year. You have no idea. They're dangerous, all right?
Yeah.
It's true.
So, what else was it? Zahn also got me into watching Jobless Reincarnation, I think it is.
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, that's it. I am not at all fond of how much lewdness and crassness is in the show, and it's a struggle to keep going, quite frankly. Especially when the main character is an unabashed, lecherous person.
Yeah, I read the novel when I was a teenager, and I mean, even back then, the dude was kind of a bit over the top with it.
Raunchy is the word we're looking for here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the kind of series I would recommend, honestly. Meanwhile, season 3 of The 100 Girlfriends, which is surprisingly a lot less raunchy, overall, they continue to just screw over everyone's expectations. Like, you leave off season 2 after the events of chapter 50. You start season 3 with the events of chapter 73 before jumping back in time to chapter 51. You know, just casually spoil the next 4 girls.
That's what?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that the show did. That's bizarre. Why would they do that?
Because it's funny. It's funny to watch people's reactions to them just throwing common sense out the window and making it blow up and just doing whatever's fun.
You know,
it's that disregard for common sense that keeps me hooked on the show so much.
that's fair. That's fair. That is funny. Well, I am glad that you are enjoying that.
Yeah. The season's still young, only 4 episodes out as of today, and only 2 of them dubbed as of today. And this season promises to have the most sanity-straining batch of girlfriends yet. Whereas season 4, if we get to there, I think it's going to be a much tamer batch. Overall, the series, I think I've said this before, it is surprisingly wholesome. And if season 3 ends the way I think it does, then it should hammer it home even more. So we'll see about that. We'll also see if they do end season 3 that way, or if, they just decide to cut ahead to 25 girls just for the heck of it. I don't know how surprised I would be.
You never know.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what direction they take that. Because I've only read the manga, and to be honest, I did fall off the manga a while ago, but I mean, it's a really if you've never heard of the show, it is the most like parody of a harem anime to the extreme ever.
Which,
It's
and I never thought I'd be saying this about a parody, but that's a good thing here. Like, it's good to have it not be an oblivious protagonist. I watched a couple of other shows like that, not realizing it was harem, just it looked interesting. I got into it, and then, yeah, that's how it played out.
Boobs happened, presumably.
That's one way of putting it. Oh, I knew there was another one. I also started Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun.
oh, that one's good. That one's very good.
Yeah. I could only get a certain way in before I started looking into the manga's pacing, and maybe a third of the manga has been published as an anime so far.
A lot of things happen in the manga, and yeah, I've been reading the manga for it, and that show really does like that series goes to a lot of places. It's just generally really enjoyable, but it's also not afraid to like have real stakes. I have greatly enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, I mean, you start off with the premise that this kid is he's in such a bad place mentally and familially that being sold to a demon, having his soul sold to a demon, is actually an improvement for him.
Yeah, his parents suck.
Even with the fact that his life is actively on the line every single day, should anyone find out, and just. And then we get into the conspiracies.
hmm
I feel like it's kind of like One Piece, except One Piece has a clear direction, a clear path for the story to take. You know what the end point is going to be. I don't quite know what the end point is going to be here. I assume it's Iruma becoming the Demon King, another parallel with One Piece, but I don't know.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I've been reading it for all these like years, and I still have no idea how the plot's gonna shake out. Like, this is a guy who's a human hiding his identity in literal like hell from all the demons. Where does this go? Where does this lead? There's this organizations working in the shadows. There's other demons trying to claim power. There's an entire like political maneuvering happening on the higher level, and never quite can tell how things are going to develop. It's really enjoyable.
But does it ever seem like the author is losing track of the story, or does it seem like they still know exactly where they're going, and it's just a lot of zigzags
Right,
along?
right now in the manga, it's the most exciting it's ever been. So,
Oh, I've gathered that much. I got a little bit whenever there's something a secret being kept from the good guy's best friends. I The suspense builds for me, and I kind of want to see when that's going to come out. It just came out,
yes,
only
in the
just
manga.
now in the manga, and we still don't know where that's going to go.
Yep, it's pretty good.
On top of that, we have the big bad making their grand grab for power. On top of that, wonderful.
Yep, nice and tense.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know all of the context, but yeah, it does not seem this seems like the equivalent of Marineford or something. Would you
Oh
say
yeah,
that?
and everything is currently hitting the fan at the same time, and all the stuff that's been built up is kind of coalescing. So, yeah, it's going places.
Mhm. Uh, yeah, it's going places. Week by week by week and no more frequently than that. It's so much easier when you have a massive backlog.
Yeah. Fortunately, though, um, I have a massive backlog of other things I need to catch up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm
just gonna have to wait for more than that.
Yeah, alas, so it is. Yeah, I think that's about it. I've been working on some other stories, but nothing ready to publish yet. Hmm. So we'll see. We'll see how things play out.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
am gonna be perfectly honest. I have been enjoying writing over the past couple of weeks more than I have in quite a while.
That's good to hear. But
Uh,
why?
and that might have something to do with some cool shit that I have been building for literal months, kind of just sort of coming to a head.
Oh, yeah, that explains a lot.
Yeah, that'd do it, right? That'd do it.
you,
Yeah.
you finally get to the point that you've been wanting to get to for goodness knows how long.
I get to do all of the callbacks and quote previous chapters, and no one will get it because it's been months since those chapters happened, but I don't care. I'll point it out to him if I have to. Like, look at the cool thing I did that you won't notice because I take so long.
Hey, it just means that when people read it back, they're like, "Oh, oh wait, that's cool. Wait, hold on. Since
Yeah.
back then?"
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool.
All right.
I think
Um,
that's an episode.
if there's anything else, it's that there was because I completely forgot because it happened when I was like just recovering from going on massive trip.
Hmm.
There was a Final Fantasy 14 another fan fest in Berlin.
Right. Yes, I did vaguely see recognizable signs of that, and that recognizable sign is activity in the FF14 channel that we have.
Yeah.
Someone's
One
spoken
of
it,
my
and something's happening. Okay, cool.
yeah, a friend of mine who lives in Germany went to go visit it live and had a great time. Um, but basically, they announced that their raid series is going to be an FF7 collab.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you get the clothes of all your favorite FF7 characters, probably in the game now.
Yeah, I did read one article about that. It was like, oh, they're breaking the emergency glass that's shaped like Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth, and people were like, wait, the glass is shaped like Final Fantasy. This is a weird metaphor, but also like this game has been doing collabs with other Final Fantasy games and also Nier for its entire existence. Like, okay,
I
sure,
mean, it's also doing it for Evangelion as well.
yeah.
So you have FF7 and Evangelion collabs in the same
So I was like, yeah, oh, they're
expansion.
obviously really in trouble for like borrowing another Final Fantasy game. Ooh, especially one that's coming out soon. Like,
They do it all the time. They did that whole
it's
collab with
very silly. It was
F16.
very funny
It's
to
the same
read.
thing. But yeah, no, they're doing a lot of things with changing like shaders and other things, but also they revealed a new job called Bastion, which uses two gigantic shields
Mm,
that have guns and axes attached to them.
okay, yeah,
And you look like War Greymon. I love it.
okay, yeah. I thought they were gonna go easier on the new classes every patch, not patch every expansion
Um,
thing, but
this is an original FF14 original class. It's not like from a different FF game like a lot
I
of the other
did not
classes are.
recognize it from anything. Yeah,
Um, they said they're going to have like a ranged DPS and a tank in this expansion.
and this would be the tank.
This would be the tank because they're now splitting tanks up into specifically main tank and sub tank jobs.
Right. So I'm
And so
assuming
Bastion is
sub
a
tank would
main tank
be,
job.
yeah, and sub tank would be sort of a hybrid tank DPS kind of thing, I would assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those classes will deal more DPS, but they'll be like they will have to be
Less
able to pass the
tanky,
tank job.
less survivable, but you know,
Yeah.
you kill things faster.
It's a good way to keep the tanks having unique identities, basically. Especially because they're doing a whole rework of the entire combat system with the evolved mode.
That is the thing I'm waiting for to get back into the game at this point. That's always how it works. They announce this is the big new thing that's coming, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to play the game for another 6 months. That's all right.
They're also this is kind of a fun thing. You can now bring chocobos with you into dungeons and stuff.
That is nice, just for the fucking amount of dead space that is in those dungeons of just like nothing is there, and you've just got to run for 150 fucking yalms to the next.
I know. I don't mean as a mount.
Oh, okay. That's less cool.
I mean as
all right.
I mean as a combat assistant.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Meaning that you can have a party of 2 players and their chocobos for dungeons. So you don't need a full party if you want to just run something with a friend.
Interesting. I maintain, let us ride the chocobo in the dungeon. That shit's boring, but okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. But they also showed like an expanded trailer, and it looks really good, and I am going to enjoy this expansion a lot, I feel.
I will wait for the final one that I believe comes at TGS, which is in the autumn.
It'll come out in October.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, that was just the last thing I wanted to mention. I don't have much more to say because I didn't watch the whole. I kind of speed ran the whole thing to watch it because I was.
Ooh, a new range DPS. That just twigged in my brain. Okay, I'm kind of curious what that's going to be now that you've said it and my brain has registered that's what you said.
Yes.
I like the concepts of range DPS. I just don't use them.
I'm going to go back and try every other class once the expansion drops because some of them are going to be actually fun for me. Because the way that the new evolved system works is previously, if you want to play the game, it's been optimized so
2 minutes.
much. Everything has to be lined up perfectly. You have to execute your rotation perfectly. And the actual act of playing the game like that is not really fun.
Yep. The 2-minute rotation, you have your big cooldown that goes off every 2 minutes, and that means everyone's biggest shit has to fire every 2 minutes. Cool.
Yeah. But this change would mean that all of the 2-minute buffs and everything is gone. It is entirely about your own individual responsibility and skill. That's all that matters.
Good. Like, burst windows suck ass. Let me play the fucking game.
The person who is designing the evolved combat system is the person who made the new PvP combat system, which is really good and streamlined. So, yeah, it's basically we're going to streamline the game so you can do things, you can be reactive. Like we're giving like tanks a parry. It's I'm excited.
Weirdly enough, ZZZ is the thing that made me realize I hate fucking burst windows. Like, stun mechanic in that game, I hate it. It's not fun to me, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of folds over sideways into other games, apparently. It's just like that is more paying attention to shit than I want to have to do. I just want to be able to execute well. That's it.
Well, that's what we'll be getting. And so January is when that expansion drops, so we're going to get more details as we go. And I'm remembering now I have to log in to make sure I don't lose my house because I'm not playing a long time.
Fair enough.
They're making huge improvements to the housing system. I didn't really see much more on that because I have not been. I've been playing a different game, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming that way. Anyway, that's an episode.
Yeah. So man, going back to playing 14. God damn it! All right. My chair was broken as fuck. Patreon. Have we done? I think we did last time.
We did.
Yeah.
Because it was on the 5th, so yeah, we already did that.
Don't rat me out. That episode's going to come out like today. So, yeah. Anyway, the Patreon Discord links in the description.
I posted a picture of Bastion in recording chat for you to see if you want to take a look at that.
He's got big shields.
Yeah,
The helmet is very Dovahkiin, is what that is. That is
it's
literally the fucking Skyrim guy helmet. John
the
Skyrim.
entire expansion is Norse themed.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Yep.
Personally, a little sick of seeing Nordic shit, but that's, having watched the entirety of Vinland Saga talking.
You've been watching Vinland Saga, so I mean, and I don't blame you.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yoms, Vikings. Anyway. Yeah. Discord, Patreon links in the description if you feel like it. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Until next month, most likely.
I mean, yeah, it's like the 20. Stop making me rat myself out for when these episodes are recorded.